Hello, making a video. Putty is no longer amorphous, but it still looks good. I want to suggest to people to buy themselves a rhododendron brush, okay, and it can be this tall, about 5 inches tall, rhododendron sapling, and start with one plant, and every single person can do it. Every single person can buy themselves a rhododendron sapling, in a pot. They deliver those to people's door. I bought 2 roses a couple of years ago, and they deliver those very carefully. They're packaged carefully so it doesn't shatter around in the box. But they came in boxes, but it had styrofoam around it, and so it hopefully the plants don't get too shaken up. But yeah, a little sapling can be transported like that, and don't buy a live animal. A plant is alive too, but a plant doesn't have a central nervous system. So don't buy an animal shipped to you in a box, okay? So that's very important for me to mention, because there may be some people that have done this. So never have an animal shipped to you like merchandise, okay? A lot of animals have died because of the shock and the fear and the terror, and this is absolutely cruel and it's unacceptable. So never. No hamster, no mouse, no rat, no guinea pig, no rabbit, no dog, no animal at all, okay? No sentient being with a central nervous system should ever be shipped, okay? Never ship an animal. Never ship an animal. Never ship an animal. Never ship a bird either. There's a bird in the tree. So, but you can order a plant, you can order a rhododendron sapling. They don't have a central nervous system. They're alive, but that's a very simple organism, but it's alive. But and of course they can, if they get damaged, they can also not survive something, if they get thrown down, or if they get split, or if they get they can also go into a state of shock too. But they will usually make it through shipment, and they usually pack them in a very good way. So it's safe to transport a plant. They don't have a central nervous system. Very important that people know this, okay? So we have to eat plants also. Okay, so start with one plant, and I would suggest a rhododendron sapling, because the rhododendron has cured HIV. It's a very serious virus that was caused in Africa from people, probably from people cannibalizing rhesus monkeys. Okay? So this virus, the coronavirus, comes from Wuhan, China, where they have factory farms where they grow all kinds of animals, where they have all kinds of animals in unsanitary conditions. I just saw a documentary on this, where they have their they have bats in chambers, and they are breeding them, and they're eating them. And so that's how that virus got started. Okay, so first of all, very important, become a whole food vegan. Okay? Never ever eat an animal again. So this is the message that is taught to us from this situation. Never eat an animal again. Never eat any animal product, any animal protein, any animal milk again. Okay? Never ever buy milk again. Never ever buy any kind of animal product again. Very important information for the public. Okay. So that will also speed up the healing process for anyone who does get infected, and it will boost our immune system. So for those people that have not been exposed to this yet, or that might become exposed later in the future. So boost your immune system by going whole food vegan and only eating plants. Okay. So it's very, very important. There's plenty of stuff to eat, gourmet food that is whole food, plant-based. Very, very important. Much raw, we need to eat much. Most of our food should be raw plant food. Okay. This has been reported by so many people now, and so many nutritionists, and also so many scientists that have proven this now, scientifically proven. The meat industry, they will go against any of these statements because they don't want to lose their customers. But don't listen to the meat industry. Don't listen to those propagandists that are paid to serve the meat industry. So don't listen to those. Don't listen to the keto and South Beach and Atkins and those kind of internet propagandists. Okay, they are not helping the world. They're making the world worse. So these really extreme viruses, they come from meat consumption. Okay, so, and even the protein, this really dangerous prion protein that was happening in 2003 that caused dogs to get seizures. Okay, that was the bovine cow disease that was going around, and then they tried to deny it, but I researched it long enough and found out that that prion protein also affects dogs and humans and all kinds of animals. So, but they tried to conceal that from the public because they didn't want people to panic. They didn't want people to stop buying the dog food that was causing it, and so on and on and on and on. So we need to become very, very, very careful about this. And they found out that dogs can actually live whole food vegan. I don't know if cats can. Maybe some cats could. I don't know if they can, but I don't. I probably would not test it. I don't recommend people to test that on their cats. So cats might need chicken. So, but at least buy from those farmers that have sanitary conditions. So, it would be nice if we can all phase over to whole food vegan, or at least in vitro, for the cats, that they eat in vitro meats and stuff like this. So things will have to be reformed, definitely. So I recommend to people to buy a rhododendron sapling and put that sapling by the window where there is maximum sun exposure, and keep the living room warm, keep the rooms warm. So sapling needs it warm. And grow that plant, and when the plant gets bigger, you can transport the plant into a bigger pot. And I also highly recommend for people to start composting. It depends where people are living. So if they are living, most people are not living like we do, with a big garden. Most people are living in condensed cities and apartments. So I have to always expand this message out to the people that are in big cities that are also mostly at risk of getting contaminated with things and that have exposure to viruses and stuff. So for those people, they need to start composting with just the kitchen compost. So that's how they need to start. Eventually, we're going to have to completely reform to a complete green living life cycle, which is what we are doing here. Okay, we're living completely green, and we are composting everything, including dung. And it brings all the nutrients back into the soil. And right now, we have a catastrophic worldwide soil depletion because of modernized infrastructures that have sewage facilities that are not even putting those nutrients back into the soil. I don't know if they do. Maybe there are very few that might start doing this because this is a real emergency. But sewage facility systems, living systems like this, don't really function very well. So what needs to happen is that worldwide people need to, particularly people that live in rural areas, they need to collect all bio waste in buckets and eventually in very large trash cans that they need to drill holes in those on the bottom and on the side and on the top even, and just so that, or they can build a compost area where the compost can be put in and later dug out. My grandfather had a system like this, but that's kind of hard. One has to work very hard with shovels. So what we do is we use trash bins that are large, but that can be turned over, and that can be rolled, and that can be emptied quite easily without working too hard with shovels or with tractors or something like this. So and you just, according to the size of the family, you need at least 10, for just for 2 people and a dog, 10 of those empty trash cans with holes in it, that will really create a wonderful dung recycling system. The worms get in it, all the scavenger insects get in it. I'll make part 2, okay?